and today we're continuing on our grand adventure in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Our plan for today is to continue on with our story missions and to see if we can't bag us a few animals on the way. Okay, so our mission here on our little hunter mate is investigate tracks found at Hope's camp in Beaumont. So we will accept that. Okay. And if we look on our map, it will tell us where we need to go. So again, we'll put our waypoint up there and we will head out. There it is, 1 kilometer away.
Careful. The underbrush can be a bit noisy this time of year. If an animal hears you approaching, you better believe it'll turn tail and run. Or worse.
And one of the big things in this game is sources of water. It's always a good place to find animals around bodies of water. And lakes, streams, rivers. And if we take a look at the map here, you can see there are quite a few lakes, a large, very large river system, and eventually we'll explore all of it. Okay, what do we have here? We had a sound like a bear. Okay, and he is not downwind of us. He's off to the side, as indicated by our green triangle on our compass. Now, a bear is kind of a large animal for our little starting rifle, our little 243. But if we can luck out and get a good shot at him, we can probably take him down. Now, until we get the perk unlocked that makes us a bit quieter, Soft Feet, I believe, is the name of the perk. We have to be very careful, very aware of where we're heading. We stay out of the brush. And as like we discussed yesterday in our last episode, the little speaker icon down in the bottom right tells us how much noise we're making. We have 2 little bars, which is in the safe range. Uh-oh, something's running. Something's close.
You know, I spotted some tracks earlier, close to where you're at right now. I'll send the coordinates.
Okay, we should be able to move right here and be, yep, we're completely concealed by this tree. Oh, he's close. You can hear the little pitter-patter of his footsteps. So we're going to try and quietly sneak up to this next tree. and hopefully not give ourselves away in the process. Oh, there he is, there he is, there he is.
Be sure to aim for its vital organs. Heart and lung shots mean quicker kills, less painful. It's bleeding, so that's a hit. Follow the blood trail to find it. Shouldn't have gone far.
It was a side-on shot, so hopefully we got at least one lung. Looked like he was hanging out here. This was probably his little zone. Looks like a rest zone. Yep. Okay. So let's head on over. Oh, I see the blood already from here. Good, good. That's a moose, I believe. Nope, that's that bear. Oh yeah, that was a vital hit. Yep. Now comes the fun part, tracking. Because if we did not get a good hit, we could be tracking this fella for a good while. And here's what we mentioned yesterday, finding a pile of poo. It happened just now. It'll be just now, fresh, old, and very old. And if you find ones that are old and very old, they're not even worth tracking. Oh, he's coming back.
Gentle now. Take a deep breath to steady your aim.
There we go. That should have been a heart shot. Oh, that wasn't highlighted. That was a separate bear. That was a different bear. I thought it was the same one. So now we're tracking two separate animals. What usually happens, from my experience, is when you find...
Animals will pick up your scent easily if they're downwind from you.
If you have two animals that use the same rest zone, they'll usually run together. And the animals can be very crafty in this game. They will go into, like this, they will go into the high weeds, where it's almost impossible to see them. And they will run around the lakes, they will double back, they will cross their own trail, making it sometimes very, very difficult to track and keep up with them. There's a track up here. Oh, there he is. We got him. flesh and right lung, female. No trophy, but we get money, we did get experience, and we will get rifle experience. So we'll take it. Now what we'll do is we'll head back and pick up the trail of the other one, the first one that we shot, and see if we can track them down as well. Now we'll see, you can see we build up a little bit of hunting pressure. We've shot 2 animals here. Still just the 1 animal down there. So we're doing pretty good. And that is one nice thing with this game, with the running. You can run and run and run. The only thing it really affects is your aim when your heartbeat is high. Another. Okay. We want to look for our blood trail. And we should find some at here somewhere. Search. If we find any sign here, then we'll get on with our mission. But you don't want to pass up money if you can help it. And like I said in the previous episode, it's not enough to shoot the animal to get the money. It will respawn. Any trail. So I think we're going to write that one off as a loss and get on with our mission. You can see from our marker we still have 700 meters until we get to our objective. Again, we always want to be looking around. Taking peeks through our glasses. Now, crossing water, you can go in some water like we are here, but if it's too deep, you can't swim. It will teleport you back to shore if you get in water that's too deep. And as we're going along here, there's another zone. You want to discover as many zones as you can. The more zones that you find, the more animals that will populate your map. And now, if we look on our map, these will be recorded. You can see here the little water droplet indicates a drink zone, and it tells us down in the bottom right-hand corner, this is a need zone for white-tailed rabbits, and they are here from 10:30 to 14:30. So we come back tomorrow, game time, or come back next week from 10:30 to 14:30. There's a good chance we will find some rabbits hanging around, not exactly on that dot, but in that area. You can see there's an active little area here for rabbits. Okay, so when we come up to these bushes, we'll crouch down, not to make too much unnecessary noise. Well, it looks like here's a little camp right here. Now, if I remember correctly, we will come to find this camp in a later mission, but for the mission that we're on right now, this is not the right camp. Get another rainstorm. Rainstorms are both a help and a hindrance. That they mask our sound, the noise that we are making as we travel through an area, but it also makes it harder for us to hear the animals walking around. Okay, there's a coyote track. We've not seen a coyote yet, but we will. There are quite a few of them running around. Okay, getting closer. About 250 meters left. So again, we want to keep continuing to pick our path and not just go blindly thrashing through the underbrush.
You're getting close. Hope mentioned seeing some tracks in the mud. See if you can find them.
Okay, we have to find tracks in the mud. Oh, it looks like there's his camp up there. Okay, so now we can remove our waypoint. And walk on up here and solve this mystery. You will see some other birds. Where did that one go? That are flying around. You can't shoot them. The only ones that you can shoot, there are ducks in this game, on this map. Some of the maps have turkey. The new one in Mexico has springneck pheasant. And a couple have geese. But the only bird we can shoot in this game are ducks. So let's investigate this camp. Okay, Lake Richard, Lake District Survival Camp. What they were saying on here, if I can get rid of this message, you go in the game settings. And like we told you in the last episode, you can change the colors of your active tracks, the colors of your inactive tracks.
You found them?
And I wish
Great. Snap some pictures for the record and see if they lead anywhere.
I could get rid of that message on the left there. Okay, he wants us to take some pictures. That's one thing we didn't touch on yesterday. You are equipped with a camera. And how you access that is you hold down left bumper for 2 seconds. Oop. Or maybe not. There we go, our camera. Okay, right trigger, take photo, and exit, hold X. A lot of people like to take pictures of their trophies,
Yeah, definitely.
etc.
Looks like a troublemaker then. Now, I don't want you to go picking any fights, but maybe you could follow them and see where they lead.
Okay, so hold X. Looks like a bear has come through here.
Some ripped clothing. And no more tracks, huh? Well, just leave it for now, and I'll see what I can come up with. This'll help, though. Thanks.
Okay, we've leveled up. So one thing I want to show everybody, if we hit you'll see here we have skills and we have perks. And at the top center of our map there, you'll see we've earned 1 skill point and 1 perk point from leveling up. So let's take a look at our skills. Now we have 2 categories of skills. We have Stalker and Ambusher, and they have different benefits. Now Stalker, you see the first skill that we can get is Tracker, locate tracks. If we put 1 point into this, we will be at level 1. The directional tracking cone becomes more accurate and narrower, both in the world and on the map. We discussed that a little bit. If we end up putting 2 points into it, it increases the distance at which tracks are visible and highlighted, and 3 points will get us the directional tracking cone is now even narrower, and the tracks can be detected even further away. Now, with these, you'll notice that is in tier 0. When we go to tier 1, they are locked. And then to unlock this, you'll see there, we have to spend 1 skill point to unlock this. Track knowledge reveals information about the animal's gender, reveals information about the group size and health, and reveals information about the animal's weight. And we have one to decrease our visibility when it's raining and foggy. I personally found that to be about useless. And also here you can get a 15% increase in health. Tier 2, we have to spend 5 skill points to unlock these ones. That it will make a trail on our map. Whenever we track an animal and we examine every footstep, those will all appear on our map. So if the animal tries to double back or we get distracted, we can easily pick that trail up again. Now here, soft feet. This is one of the most important skills in the game. We will have to spend 5 skill points to unlock this, but this is the one reduces our noise generated while moving through foliage, such as grass and leaves. And level 2 reduces the noise generated moving through larger vegetation, such as bushes and shrubs. Eventually, we want to have both points in that. Now, you will notice, too, down at the bottom there, underneath the icon, it says passive skill. Most of the skills in this game are passive, meaning that they are on all the time. It's a benefit all the time. You do not have to activate them. Some are active, like the one to hold your breath. If you hold your breath while you're zoomed in, you can control your sights a little better. And that is an active skill. It only works when you activate it, and it only helps for a little bit, but it's enough. Then we have tier 3, innate triangulation, that makes it easier to determine what direction animal calls come from, the mating calls, the warning calls that we heard before. Improvised blind decreases your visibility, again while inside large bushes and shrubs. This one decreases the noise you make. This one decreases the visibility. So that's 2 of the 3 ways that animals can detect us. Hear us, see us, and smell us. And we also have ambusher skills. Now if we look here, our first skill there is Scent Tinkerer. That's using our scent, our lures to lure in certain animals. Now, not every animal has a lure, but quite a few of the big ones do. Personally, I do not use a lot of lures myself, but it does give you some good benefits. Increases number of uses per canister. Normally it's 10. Level 2 increases the duration. Level 3 increases the range. And level 4 increases your chances to attract an animal. Another good skill here, the more the merrier. Increases your monetary reward from completing missions. So if you like to do the story mode, this may be a worthwhile feat for you. Dazed and Confused, that means you have a chance to attract another type of animal if you're using a whitetail lure, there's a chance you may be able to attract a blacktail or a moose, something like that. Here's another good skill to have, spotting knowledge, that whenever you have an animal in your sights and you hit the X to spot that animal, it will give you more information. The health, the trophy rating, approximate, and weight, and reveals how aware the animal is of nearby threats. And it'll tell you whether it's calm, nervous, alert, or fleeing. And that can make a big difference, because if you see a large group of animals and they look about the same, you could shoot one and it could be the smaller one. It could be the difference between a silver and a gold, or a gold and a diamond trophy. So for right now, though, we're going to buy 1 point in locate tracks. Then we've used that skill point, but we still have 1 perk point left. Then we go to our perks. You can see now this affects our different classes of weapons. There's rifles, handguns, shotguns, and archery. For right now, we're going to look at rifles. And the first one we have is muscle memory. Unlocks the ability to ready your next shot without leaving aim mode for rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Okay, so here's an important one. You have to look at the clues. Even though this is under a rifle perk, it benefits rifles, shotguns, and handguns. So if we see right now, let's go back here a moment. We zoom in and we shoot. It will not reload until we zoom out. Okay? So now, if we take this perk and we buy that, now if we shoot, he reloaded. Without us having to leave the zoom. And you can see that made quite a bit of difference in our fire rate. So when you have a few animals in the area, you have a better chance to take down multiple animals. Or what was that? That sounded like it was a bear. You have a chance to take down more animals. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk to everybody about, and that was back at the encampment, and you'll see this icon here on the map. That's for a stand. Now, there are places where stands are located around each hunting area. You can't move them. They are in fixed positions, and it does cost... There was something running. They do cost money to build. But once built, they remain on your map, and you can use them at any time. Even if you go to a multiplayer map and you start a multiplayer game using your map, they will be available for use. Most of them cost either $1,700 or $2,100 game dollars to build. But like I said, once they are built, they are there permanently. And you just have to run around and discover them. You'll see this little green icon. And if we move up here, you'll see the axe. We move around to the axe. There we go. This is a cheap one, $1,700 to build. We'll go ahead and build it just to show everyone what it looks like. Now this is just a little hunting blind. There will be little blinds like this, and there will also be a up on posts, high up tree stands. And to go in, we go to the door. There we go. Enter. And now we are blocked from the animals to see us, and also 80% of our scent is blocked. And you can usually get a pretty good range of view from one of these blinds or stands, whatever you want to call it. And then to exit, come to the door. One last thing with the stands and the blinds, also with the tree stands and things that you get in the DLC, that if you are in a stand or in a blind and you shoot an animal, you do not incur as much hunting pressure. You only incur a fraction, so that you can take more animals from that area before they get spooked, skittish, and eventually if you build up too much hunting pressure, they will not come back. Especially around a zone, you will erase the zone. The animals will just stop coming there and establish a zone to eat or sleep or rest or drink someplace else that you'll have to go discover. So that's always something you want to be aware of with hunting pressure. We have something else up here. We don't know what it is. These little icons will appear when you get within 100 meters. And if we get within 50 meters, it'll give us a better icon of what it is. Now I'm crouched and kind of going slow here because we heard that coyote there. That's a mating call. They have not heard us. Okay, 50 meters. The little eye, I believe, is like a lore object. Yes, a stone pylon. Again, gives us some background information on the history of the area, the reserve, just to kind of flesh out the backstory. Deer antlers. Deer bucks have either typical or atypical antler arrangement. Typical antlers are symmetrical and the points go straight up off the main beam. Atypical antlers are asymmetrical and their points may project at any angle from the main beam. Okay. So I think now we're going to go up here and see if we can find this coyote. This 243 we have is just perfect for bagging a coyote. Oh, now we have to pay attention here. He's directly downwind from us. So we're going to get our scent blocker spray. And now we should be good to go here a bit. Zoom out here. Now you can hear these animals from quite a bit away. It's fooled me many times when I would hear a call like this, and think that the animal is, pretty much right next to me. And it turns out he could be 100 to 200 meters away. So it can be misleading. And don't get discouraged if you go 10 feet and don't find the animal. You may have to track him a while. But just like we did before, we want to be careful of our noise that we're making quite a bit. We were getting red lines on our little speaker icons, so we want to slow down. Once we get enough experience and unlock the soft feet perk that reduces the noise, we'll be able to walk through brush, under trees at full speed crouched without making a dangerous amount of noise. Okay, and there you see how wide apart those parentheses are. The one perk that we were looking at narrows that cone and gives you a more precise direction of where the animal is. So, okay, we're doing good. We only have one bar of noise. We're concealed visually by the bushes and the terrain. And we want to stop, pause just every once in a while, because when we get close enough, we will actually be able to hear the pitter-patter of his little coyote feet. And if we hear that, then we know we are very close. He's still out in front of us somewhere. We have not come across any tracks yet, so we know we haven't passed him up. We'll keep taking our looking with our glasses. Ooh, too much noise. I say, starting off this game, you don't have any perks, any benefits yet. You have to be careful and aware. Oh, he's moving further off. We must have spooked him a little bit. Now, if you are looking for
some tracks earlier, close to where you're at right now. I'll send the coordinates.
Okay, thanks for the info there, buddy. Right there. Let's see if that's the coyote that we've been following. But if you're looking for a game that's all run and gun and non-stop action, this is not it. This, just like real hunting, if you talk to any real hunter, they will tell you it's a game of patience and skill and stealth. Okay, yes, that is our coyote. And you can see he was walking. So when he came through here, he was not aware of us. If he was spooked, he would have been at a trot or a run. So walking is a good sign that we are undetected. Now here's our poo. And you can see that's kind of old, but that's misleading. Old in this game means more than a few minutes. And there's our next track. So our coyote was heading up here somewhere in this direction. And there's the mating call. Now, we don't want to get tricked like we did last time and end up having two animals and trying to track them both. Okay, so we can see the tracks. Go there and turn up. So we're going to continue tracking this coyote, but we're going to keep our eyes out at the same time. If that other one comes along, we will take a shot. That is one nice thing about this game too. That in real life, if you were to shoot and just wound an animal, it would be inhumane not to track it down and, end its misery. Where with this game, you don't have to have that conscious. You don't have to worry about the morality or the ethics. And he's still walking, so this animal, he's not spooked yet. So that'll give us a little indication that we're doing an okay job of tracking him. Again up there. Again, it's a mating call. Good. Mating calls are good. It's the warning calls that we need to watch out for. Now, coyotes in this game are one of the smaller animals, and they can be difficult, to say the least, to pick out when they're hiding in the shrubs, among the trees in the high grass. Okay, we're out from amongst the trees, so we're going to stand up and walk here just a little bit. Not going quite full speed. Got my left stick at about half, so we don't make too much noise. And we're going to avoid these trees because we just want to try to make up some time here a little bit. Try and catch up to this guy. Always crouching down in the cover. He's still walking. So hopefully we'll catch sight of him somewhere. Okay, now the one perk we talked about referred to the visibility. Like here we can see this track and we can see the one out in front of us. If we put points in that one perk, it'll show us the track beyond that, the track beyond that, out to about probably 40 meters. Okay, let's see if we caught up to him at all. Still showing as old. So that means we are not making up any time on this fella. So we're going to stand up and walk a little bit. Try and go a little bit faster here. He's out in these bushes, and I bet you he detected us. Yep, a warning call. He detected us. So, but he left himself out. Oh, there's an animal. There is a black-tailed deer. So now we have to be extremely... Now you'll notice too, I hear something. There he is. If we can get out front of him. Where'd he go? Where did he go? We lost him. That's how quick something can disappear. You'll notice that I had the coyote's tracks selected, and then when we saw that deer across the way, we spotted it. That deselected these tracks, so we have to select them again. There he is. I think that's him. And I'm not the best shot in the world. I'm not even gonna pretend that I am. I make a fair number of good shots, but there is also a fair number of bad shots too. And I think this one I probably completely missed. We'll take a look up here. We can run because we shot, and that already scared away everything that's going to be around us. He was being tricky. He ran up through, sticking to the bushes. I hear something. I hear the pitter-patter of feet. Right there. There's that deer. I think that was a hit. Always remember to reload, because there's nothing worse than only having one round in the chamber and forgetting to reload. Oh, and we have a blood spot. We got a hit. Non-vital organ. That means it will take them longer to bleed out. So we made the shot, but it was not a very good shot. Later on, we'll have perks that'll tell us how much health this animal has left whenever we examine the blood. Here it just says bleed rate very low, but later on it'll tell us 50% health, 75% health, 0 to 25% health. So now we're not really worried about being stealthy. We're gonna... that was a deer And here you can see it's starting to get a little bit dark. What time of day is it? 6:43 in the evening. So if we click our right stick, we have a headlamp. This is good for early morning, evening, or if you would like to go hunting at night. I've done some night hunts. They're actually a lot of fun because it takes away your visibility, but it also takes away the animals' visibility, that you're harder to see. And you'll have animals, moose, bear, everything, walk literally right up in front of you. As long as you're careful and stealthy. There you are. And again, that was not the same animal. So we'll try to finish tracking this animal. Hopefully she'll drop here soon. And we're about at an hour, so we're going to go ahead and call it a day then. Next time we will come back, we will be continuing on with our missions. Ah, there we go. Lucky. Now again, like before, we have the camera. But we can take a picture. This is definitely not the best way to take. And we're going to claim her. Oh yeah, it was a bad shot.
There's no shortage of ways to earn money as a hunter. No shortage of ways to spend it either.
Okay, so I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for joining me here, the Gray Haired Gamer. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed going out hunting with me today, I hope we were informative. Hope we taught you a little bit about the game. If we did, please consider, leaving a like, leaving a thumbs up in the comments, what have you. And we'll catch you next time out in the great outdoors. Till then, have a great